Landmines and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess. And a car filled all the way to the top with tomatoes would be terrifying. Yeah. So, Sean over at Watch City Knives has been on a tear with Ozark Trail knives for the last few videos. And that ended up kicking me in the nuts to go look at the Walmarts near me and see if they had any axis locks there. Now, I went in not expecting anything, but the second one had them. And of course, they had this one and this one. And this one, after tuning the detent, does good. It does the axis lock thing, and it feels pretty nice in the hand. This one, however, took a ton of work to get it to work right. The underside of the flipper tab hit the axis lock and stopped it from opening when the axis lock was pulled down fully. But now it works. I had to grind a lot of material out from the inside of the flipper tab there. And that's way too much work for something out of the box, and a few people have said they've had the same problem. It looked like Sean had the same problem in his video. So a knife you have to work on out of the box to that degree to make it work right is very, very bad. Like, that is pretty much an automatic fail for me. The only reason I worked on this one was because I'm trying to learn how to work on stuff and make it better. And I mean, it was frustrating, but I had fun figuring it out. I still don't know how to take the axis lock itself apart. I've got to go online and look up videos and figure out where I went wrong there. But it did all right once I got it fixed. And it was fun to fix, but not worth it for a $5 knife. However, I went back to Walmart today to look for another axis lock because I know there's at least 2 more models that I didn't have there. But I found this, and this is the only other Ozark Trail in the store that didn't have the mark of the beast tip-down carry. This one has a tip-up pocket clip, which is the Lord's carry. I hate tip-down, but we all live in sin. And out of the box, it had an incredibly stiff pivot screw. Just like these guys, they over-tighten them to hell and back. And the blade wasn't well-centered. So I did an unboxing video, and I tried to show tuning the detent on camera, but it ate up a ton of time. And after spending some more time tuning it, my opinion changed a little bit. If you get the pivot screw right, it's a decent enough knife for $5. Let's flick the bean. So a little bit of wrist flick and you're there. However, if you don't do the wrist flick, you can preload it as hard as you want, and let's flick the bean. It don't swing open all the way. And that's endemic to a cheap knife. And all 3 of these are on nylon washers. They're not on bearings. And I'm not sure if I could go in and add bearings or not. I'm not going to really worry about it that much because for $5, it's a very lazy wrist flick. And if you're like me, you do the wrist flick anyways when you're opening a flipper just because it feels natural. So it works well enough now, but I had to put work into it. And again, like, if you have to put work into a knife and work on it out of the box, that's not good because not all of us have the right tools. Not all of us have the, they have the know-how to fix whatever's wrong, or they don't want to work on it, and some guys are just, they're not comfortable working on stuff like this. The first time you do it, it feels like you're going to mess something up, even though it's hard to mess something up that badly. All it is loosening and tightening screws for the whole thing. But, so my opinion's a little bit better than it was. The factory edge felt bad out of the box, but I think that may have been a bit too fast of a call. The second try after I got everything fixed, let's flick the bean, was a little bit better. It's okay, not great, nowhere near as good as these two. And let me get some more paper. I'll show you what these two are all about. Give me a second. So I got a nice big stack of these flyers from work. At the end of the week, they throw them out, or they send them to be recycled. So I took advantage of it. But let's flick the bean. Factory edge on this one. Really, really good. Factory edge on this one. I hate when they turn sideways while they're cutting. That's part of the problem with newsprint. It don't cooperate. It's a good factory edge. So these two have a markedly better factory edge than this one. And I assume they're coming from the same factory. They have to be. I don't know why this one's different. But I also don't understand how they can do this for $5 or this for $5. I don't know where the profit margin is unless they're using these as loss leaders. And a loss leader is something that pulls you into the store to buy it, even though they lose a couple bucks on it. You're in there and you buy a bunch of other stuff. And that's what got me this morning. I roll in there. I'm looking for another one of these. I found this. But I also picked up all 4 Jackass movies on DVD. I picked up Frozen Breakfast. I picked up a can of the holiday popcorn. Like, I bought a lot of stuff just going in there looking for this. So that might be how they're doing this for $5. I'm not 100% sure. But again, another lukewarm. Like, now that it's fixed, it's okay. But out of the box, I really, really was disappointed by it. It's just like these guys. I was super disappointed out of the box. This one turned out pretty damn good. This one turned out okay. This one, skip buying it. Unless you want to work on a $5 knife and figure out how to grind the underside of a flipper tab, just skip it. But all that being said, Sean, thank you for the motivation to do this. Thank you for, kicking me in the nuts to do a couple of videos on these guys. Content's content. And I am going to tag Sean in this in case you want to go check out his experience with these things. And all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, thank you so much. It is humbling that people watch these and get enjoyment out of it. And new guys are showing up constantly. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We're working our way towards 1,000. And thank you for the comments. I enjoy them so much. And all that being said, y'all have a nice day.